Hello everyone again. I missed you very much. I apologize for not posting progress, but if I left them halfway or known advances, I thought they would get bored us. But there have been great changes since that happened. The first important change is that app, now is a APK file. This APK is hybrid, don't bore us, you can to open in PC or your mobile, now in your PC can to open, renaming extension to jar. Now, if you don't want to rename then you can open with open as, like me. Now, search own Java version installed, and select Java executable. OK, and you open this. You watch this number is RAM assigned to Java application, in PC version this, is important if you want index BT3, the minimum memory required is 500 megabytes else, maybe you fail. If application can't not assign automatically this, with PC have a capacity for this you can resolve this with command line, like me. You write this command, in command line, the parameter xms is to assign 520 megabytes of RAM. This command is able if you install Java on the global path environment. Another change is, the working space directories has been renamed to lowercase names. In this place you must be copy ROMs of your games or directories with game extension. Special directory for save generated indexes generated from games directory. Directory for save report of offset generated from games directory. I don't say nothing for this others directories, only that I are used by plugins support for extends application features. About button. Here can watch us, information about of application, changes, used libraries, supporters, format, and Alchemy OS. I'm still to complete this. I say few about of this, only that in this moment is translated to 3 languages, English, Spanish and Portuguese. If one of this is selected, it will be saved automatically and application was opened with selected language. This is the core of application, the archive selector of ISOs or games, even directories can be selected, but this must have game extension. Update list button. After you select a ISO or game of the list, of games directory. Before to continue with next step, I say you have second form for select your games, but using external files, without working directory. Before to continue, here watch for first time, how to use this. The external drives are represented with $sign prefix, this detection isn't automatic, if you will want to see a USB drive in this list you must be reopen application. Now, a new function is button called new. With this can be make a folder in current directory. Options menu of files selector. New, create a new folder or archive, this depends of application, and after proceed to accept to operation, directly. OK, accept the operation. Back, go to back one level of current directory. Cancel, abort process and close files selector. OK, until here about of files selector, you know this are used in multiple places of application. OK, you have select a game, but exist another form to select your game. You can drop ISO file or game folder, to text field, for open. If you drop file in another place, it hasn't effect. Important note, when you use external ISOs or folders, the working directories are ignored, and index and reports will be generated into same folder of ISO or game folder. Now, the second step is indexing our selected ISO. Here the option to search for raw data, this is optional, this is one of the functions with I started the project to decipher the pack file bin of the TTT game, but it was slow and became obsolete to then return as this is useful method when packaging has no index. What it does is find possible positions based on a predefined alignment. They will tell me here that this was not necessary and that anyone already has enough space for any number of files, but not only do I think of those who can have it all. There are some people like me, who do not have enough resources to give us the luxury of having such large memories. Plus this is useful if you work on a mobile that only has internal memory and want to save your memory space. Levels go from 0 is without compression, and 5 is maximum. An additional note is that the indexes are compressed in modified BPE used with large files. Now we can give it an index, and start process to create the index. And wait, first method using the working directory. Success. Now, is test using external files. Success. Note these indices are not different from those in the index folder, so you can copy and paste them if you do not want to do the work again. Note: the index have a same name of the ISO or folder, giving the extension ID X. The browser of games and folders, indexed by the app, is the core of the application. It is with you can export and import files to games, but it is still in development and not everything is supported. Finally, let's continue watching. Here is the description of the window they see. 1. Go back one level. 2. Return to the upper level. 3. Go to. This only supports positive integer and hexadecimal numbers is related to 8. 4. Multi-selector. 5. Name or path of the file. 6. File type. 7. File icon, does not support thumbnails. 8. Position of the file, is an arbitrary number in order, it is in hexadecimal. A note on the number to go to a specific position in the list of data files. The number must be positive. If it is a question of using the hexadecimal, it must be preceded with an H before writing the position. The menu of options of file browser. Back, go back one level. Edit like hex, try to edit the files with the internal editor of the app. Export raw, will export the files as raw. Export, extract files converting them into readable formats, not all are implemented. Import raw, import binary files into the game without modifying anything, it will only overwrites the selected zone. Import, you will convert the files to destination format, it does not work correctly. Info, will show you the offset of file and type. It would be long to explain each one, so here are the types of files that can be found using the browser, you can pause the video and read them. More main utilities. I will just list what you see. 1. Start generating a report of positions of everything that can be analyzed. 2. Disable this will cause the report not to be generated on all files, just generate the first level report. 3. Export everything you can from the game, including compressed files and sub-files. 4. This prevents files that cannot be analyzed. 5. This will start the selected sub-utility. 6. List of sub-utilities. Well, now I will generate an example about a offsets report. Success. I forgot to mention this folder. The report folder is used by the app to generate offsets reports, but this would not happen if they use it with external game, since these will be generated in the same game folder. You see it here, we have our report of offsets, with which we can guide us to see in which offsets you find certain game data, but not in all cases it will give you the offset of the game, and if the file that has been analyzed is compressed will give offsets related to the compressed file, and not the ISO or folder. Another reason because the utility is versatile when it comes to adapting to various types of activity. Not only can we edit mods, but also over time it can be updated to add more tools. The first three are commonly used. CSO compression and decompression of ISO for PSP. PBP compression and decompression of PS1 ISO, for PSP. CDZ ISO compression and decompression of PS1 for the PSXFIN program. The TTTZlib, a tool that may be discontinued since it is not so used and will cease to be used because of the characteristics I will mention later. This is an animation compressor and decompressor for the TTT, mainly used to carry the BT3 animations one by one. Model importers of BT1, BT2, and BT3 no longer use them, they are already obsolete, they cause problems, they will be removed soon. The editors of the BT3 and TTT are each specific for the game they say, these will explain more deeply in the second part of the video. I can only tell you that they already support more than it seems. And finally, the function to expand the ISO TTT and get more characters can enter it. This operation does not require you to index the original ISO, this is optional. This will enable the 4 colors in addition to increasing the size limit of them. Finally, I will show you how to change theme to the app, as well as how to change language. An observation on theme does not remain selected once you restart or change the language to the app, it will return to the one you select by default. Thanks you for watching this video. I hope you liked it. Comment if there is something that still fails in the app or that I forgot. Once again, thank you for supporting the channel with your subscriptions, views, and likes. Remember, this app is free, is pure entertainment. Link in the description.